Hey YouTube, it's Tech2HD and this is your third PHP tutorial. This tutorial kind of goes sidelines and excuses from what we learned into something for more knowledgeable programmers in PHP. So in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you guys how to connect to MySQL using OOP. OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming for all those who don't know. So that's OOP, and that's Object-Oriented Programming. Yes, you'll hear my keyboard. I apologize for that, but that's how it is. I can't really change it. So let's get started. You can start off with the normal PHP headers. I'm going to connect to MySQL the normal way first, and then the other way, the OOP way. So, as everybody knows, well, most people know, to connect to MySQL is like that. It's a simple way. They're going to use a die function to output an error if it can't connect. Could not connect to MySQL. Alright, let's save that and let's go ahead and check if it works. So right here, you can see my localhost. I'm going to hit enter and see if it works. Alright, it's not showing anything because it's successfully connected. I can show you that by checking right here. Alright, making an error, wrong information. And then let's go back. You'll notice it takes a little longer to load because the host is not alone and credentials I provided were incorrect. So now we're going to go back here. That's the normal way to connect. With OOP, you need to create a class. I'm going to name it mysql. Classes are part of object-oriented programming, and what you need to do is create a new function, a public function, and we're going to use a construct. Construct is a function from constructors in PHP OOP, and basically what it does is this is a function that will automatically get called as soon as the program is loaded. As long as you access to the class MySQL, which I named it, the construct will automatically be executed. It's reused and reused again instead of writing a normal class such as connection to database, which needs to be called every time. So construct, we're going to have 3 arguments, and those are going to be named host, username, and password. Alright. We're going to create another public function, and we're going to name it connection. My bad. Connection. It's going to take 3 arguments. First, it's going to be exactly the same as up here, so you can copy it and paste it down here. And inside here, we're going to write if not connected to MySQL underscore connect 3 arguments, then we're going to return false, which means there's obviously an error and the user cannot connect to MySQL. Then we're going to do else. So this means anything else, like such as success. We're going to name it return true. You can also name this else if MySQL only connect. So if it's connected to MySQL, then you can do that, or you can keep it simple and write else. Alright, back in the construct function, we're going to want to write if not connected to, then use this syntax and write this function name. For all who don't know, in OOP you can connect from one public function to another public function. Alright, using this command. Alright, so connection, and then I'm going to have to write host, username, and password. Okay, inside here we're going to want to write an error message. So echo cannot connect to localhost, meaning 127.0.0.1. Alright, and then else if, so if it's this is connected to connection and password, we're gonna write echo you are connected to, and we're gonna write the host name. So this will be your localhost name, and that will be outputted on this line. So yeah, let's go back and just have a quick overview. So right here we're creating a class named mysql. Then right here we're creating using constructor function to create a public function that will automatically be executed when the program has loaded on the website. And then we supplied it with 3 arguments, which is the host, the username, and password, which we will be supplying afterwards. So don't think I forgot. Then on this line, we want to rewrote if it's not connected to connection, this public function, meaning our host, username, and password, which is mysql, then we're going to shoot out an error message. If it is connected to connection, then we're going to tell the user, hey, you're connected, you're good to go. Alright, we're going to have that printed right here. Then over here, we have public function, connection, and to our 3 arguments. This is clearly this, and in mysql, we're going to use the mysql underscore connect syntax to establish a connection to mysql, and if the connection, it's going to return false because the exclamation mark is if not. So without it, that's like saying right here that it works, it's connected. So if it's not connected, they're going to return false. The user then he'll see our error message, he or she will see our error message, and yeah. So else if it's connected established mysql, if we return true. Alright, we're going to want to continue with this, and actually include our connection. So what you want to do is, I erased everything just to show you what you should do. So our class name was mysql. On the bottom of the program, you don't actually delete your stuff, but I showed you just in this tutorial. On the bottom of your program, you want to create a new variable name. Let's name it connection equals new. That's an OOP function which you're going to need for classes, and we're going to name it mysql since that was our class name. Then in here we're going to need to supply data for the 3 arguments that we wrote up above, and we're going to name that localhost, root, and blank. Let me explain. Localhost is my and yours localhost connection, for example, or easyphp, such etc. And then over here is your PHP my admin username, and then your PHP my admin password. I don't have a password, and I'm sure if you didn't set a password, your password is by default nothing. So once that's done, I just copy paste everything back. You're good to go. Let's go to the internet browser and see if it works. You are connected to localhost. Just as a test, I'll change this up. I'll put 3 just to show you that the connection is real. It does work. So let me just paste this back there and save it. Let's check. There we go. Connection failed. Cannot connect to localhost. There's an error message. So as you can see there, our program works, and we are able to create this connection between mysql using OOP PHP to mysql. So if this tutorial helped you understand OOP better, or just have an idea of how to connect to mysql using that, then I hope you liked the video. Leave a comment, share it to your friends, or you could just review it for yourself, save it for later, and yeah. So I'll have more tutorials. It's been 10 minutes. If you have any comments, drop a comment below. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.